quarterback needs to be the numero uno Anthony Peeler priority for the Vikings heading into the 2021 offseason and draft. But now just draft. No offseason, no more free agent retreads, nothing like that. No, draft your homegrown quarterback. 1,000% draft a quarterback high first round or trade up in the second round. That is it. Non-negotiable. Finito. Boom. But also, as of right now, what is the point of starting Cousins? Because he's playing terrible. He is not the future. Hell, maybe just cut him and then eat that $21 million base salary next year. So you don't have to pay him $35 million in 2022. What a horrible, dumbass extension. Anyway, also, like we mentioned the other day, if he gets seriously injured, that could trigger his 2022 $35 million injury guarantee. So you'd have him injured. You'd have to pay him. He's on the books, on the salary cap, and then you still have to go get your other quarterback. Great. Cool. But unless this is some sort of 4D underwater Machiavellian chess of that, we will lose games if Kirk Cousins starts and then improve our draft position, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Also, you may say, all right, so if you bench Kirk Cousins, what's the alternative? Well, you're not starting Sean Mannion. What would be the point? So you know what he is. He is a career backup. You saw week 17 last year. He is not going to be the guy. He will never be the guy. He will be a perfectly fine clipboard holder, golfing partner for the starting quarterback. That is fine, but he is not going to be the starter. So what about the two kids on the practice squad? Jake Browning, as well as 7th-round rookie Nate Stanley. So why not kick the tires and light the fires and see what those two kids can have? Like, what's the worst that can happen? They're bad? Oh, no. Oh, lordy. Oh, say it ain't so on a 1-5 football team. But, all right, so background, Jake Browning. 6'2", 211, 24 years young, University of Washington. Now, he was an absolute beast recruit, high school, blah, 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 blah. Took his talents to Washington. His most impressive season came as a true sophomore when he had 3,430 yards passing, 43 touchdowns versus 9 picks, and a 167.5 quarterback rating. Of course, that was when he had Dante Pettis, who's now with the Niners, as well as John Ross, who's, well, kind of on the Bengals. TBD, going to be traded. They had the band all together for 1 year. Also had a great tight end whose name escapes me at the moment. But he was the first team all Pac-12, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year. Ended up 6th in the Heisman voting. And as we pointed out, if he was able to come out as a sophomore, there's a chance he could have been the first quarterback off the board. And that was the 2017 draft with Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. And it's not hyperbole. Not, well, maybe a little bit, but not really. Ended up going undrafted in 2019 after a pretty meh 2017 and 2018 seasons, and he's been chilling on the Vikings practice squad ever since. Now, we did hear from a little birdie that Browning, Kubiak and the contingent did like Jake Browning, but also it could be just in comparison to Sean Mannion as well as Nate Stanley in the building. But you do question what the kid can do. I mean, he was a great college quarterback. He was a 4-year starter. He was the winningest quarterback in Pac-12 history. But that and a cup of coffee will get you... No, I screwed that up. That and $1 will get you a cup of coffee. That's not even true nowadays either with inflation. But anyways, I digress. Also, you know who also is an all-time great Pac-12 quarterback and a 4-year starter? Sean Mannion. So what does that really mean, right? But give him a shot because you don't. He's Schrodinger's Browning as of right now. You don't really know what you have. Nate Stanley, on the other hand, it was the first non-first round drafted quarterback by the Vikings since 2008 because Spielman, he really does ignore the backup quarterback position. But Stanley's 6'4", 235, a 3-year starter for the Hawks, 3-year captain. Peak season was in 2018 as a junior, 2,852 yards passing, 26 touchdowns, 10 picks, 136.5 quarterback rating, 7.2 yards per attempt, which is less ideal. But of course, he had TJ Hawkinson, Noah Fant, 2 great up-and-coming tight ends. So yeah, career 58.3% completion percentage, 7.2 yards per attempt, 68 touchdowns, 23 picks. Absolute statue, strong arm, amazingly strong arm, could go Uncle Rico through the football over the mountains, but accuracy is an issue. Anticipation is an issue. Mechanics is an issue. But other than that, he's just really, really good. And even though he was at the ass end of the 7th round, there were some more intriguing quarterback prospects that were still on the board. But it is what it is. Now, are any Vikings fans really clamoring? It's like, we will storm the Bastille. Viva la Vikes. If Jake Browning doesn't start or if Nate Stanley doesn't start. There's even some Hawkeyes fans that are like, Nate Stanley, not a fan. And they would know because they watch every single game. But either way, are either of them world beaters? No. But also, do you know that? Also no, right? But if Browning and or Stanley do show a little something, like maybe they catch a little, of the best of Gardner Minshew fire and just a little bit of moxie, and then all of a sudden you're like, intriguing as you head into the 2021 season. Now, who cares how good that they play? I mean, they could be absolute world beaters. You're still drafting a quarterback high. Don't get things twisted. That doesn't change a damn thing. But you're intrigued as you go into the offseason. But what do you gain by playing Cousins and Mannion at this point? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So see what you have in Jake Browning. See what you have in Nate Stanley. And then you will have actual tangible data, actual film of them in game situations, of them interacting with their teammates, of running the offense in an actual game situation as opposed to practice. We talk about practice. I know Zimmer puts such a premium on practice, but also how many steps are those jabronis getting in practice? 0. None. Well, they're on the practice squad anyway, so they run the other team's offense. So it's whatever. But also, you have to determine, are those guys worthy to be a backup next year or battle your first-round quarterback? So you got to know, or get rid of everyone and then draft multiple quarterbacks, which you should probably do anyway. Boom. But if not, at least you know. Like, if they're terrible, it's whatever. You wash your hands of it, it's fine. Also, if they're terrible, couldn't improve your draft pick, Mom. But either way, you get closure and you know and you move on. Otherwise, there's too many question marks. Like, don't let this mess of a season go to waste. Like, there's still a silver lining. You can still make vodka lemonades if when life gives you lemons, right? Get experience for the young guys who might be part of the future of this team. And if they're not, they're not. Instead of just trotting out jabronis like Cousins and Mannion, who clearly will not be. So, other than that, I have no thoughts. Start Browning first. I'm a little bit more intrigued by Browning than Stanley, but it's whatever. But your thoughts. Start Jake Browning. Start Nate Stanley over Cousins. You cowards. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, pull something to Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.